I love you. Resources. Yeah. Yeah. And only even before you get all the main stuff out of it, but I think it's just for to shout so you can pretend to be a fighting. Yeah. And there's normal resources like iron and that you can take over and over. I think not surprise stuff for your turn, but just other stuff for your equipment and that. That's not a lot, but yes, yeah, and that replay, mainly replay thing. Yeah. Yeah, some of it is like, I don't think I was 500 when I did it, but at the same time it's like, it was, no, yeah, yeah, yeah. I love ya, yeah. Oh.
Having a good one?
Oh. So what have you been up to, Mew? Boo, next shift. Boo. Boo.
Authorized personnel only. Threat has to stay here.
Well, what a pleasant surprise.
Oh. Hopefully it
When
goes
I
quick for
heard
you.
you and Hadrian were headed for Londinian of all places, I presumed you must be onto something big. Did you find what you were looking for? How could you?
Oh, that's good.
Isn't this interesting? You know, you've proven far more clever than I attacks on Tau Ceti. New Atlantis. My doing. Years of coordination between my associate
At least,
and I.
at least
Figuring
you
out
can
how to
be
deploy the
free on
Lazarus
Sunday.
plant's pollen outside of Londinian. Learning to synthesize it. Use it as a weapon. Now, being as clever as you are, I'm sure you have thoughts on why I might do such a thing. All in due time. First, I want to see if you're truly...
Oh. Want it upticked in? Oh, that would be nice to see.
Hardly. The attacks were a correction. When I discovered the plant, I did consider handing over what I'd found, but we were at war. And I couldn't risk information that dangerous falling into the wrong hands. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport, fixing two problems at once. Halting the spread of the city's terramorph outbreak, and sealing away knowledge of the plant's potential. Simple to say now, but with the outbreak raging from a barely understood source, the moment demanded quick action. I removed the dangerous variable from it. But then, as the war ended, my trial, my execution, I made a decision. And what did I get in return? Was there any effort by the UC to protect my legacy? No. We were sacrificed when all we did was serve. So I kept what I'd learned and arranged the attacks to set things right again. I become a trusted advisor, having found Kaiser, and cement my new position of influence when the dear departed Dr. Reginald Orlays, the associate who aided me all these years, and who, what luck, he was stopped dead before he could hurt anyone else. His decades on the run brought to an end by another. There are no heroes without a villain. I simply arranged the opportunity for us to
He
overcome
might.
one
Who
and
knows?
become the other. And we all benefited. It's why I had Orlays reprogram Kaiser. Had that old machine
No,
guide you
you're not
to
an
where
old
I
way.
found the plant all those years ago. I went to great lengths to ensure your
Okay.
and Hadrian's success.
Have fun.
And look at the results.
I'll catch you later.
I know for a fact the cabinet's planning to honor
Oh.
both you and Hadrian once this is all done. Isn't that preferable to languishing away in obscurity? Running jobs on the tail end of nowhere for the Vanguard? With only the vague hopes of perhaps earning the right to buy a home in the well someday. I'm simply looking, and let's not forget the importance of eliminating the terramorphs, securing knowledge of the Lazarus plant. What we've said, I'm simply requesting one. I've already sent along the evidence of Orlays' role in the attacks to the cabinet, leaving out my own involvement. All I ask is that you confirm as much to the cabinet. Tell them that it was Orlay, after all. I do.
Only when you're waiting.
And how many have you killed to get where you are now? There are no great works that don't cost lives, Captain. So we sacrificed a few dozen in the attacks to possibly protect millions. That seems like a fair exchange. I only hope you'll see the same. That is a pity, Captain. But I'm in no position. Just think about the opportunity I've provided here.
So what is that team called?
Authorized personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
Did you need something?
Yeah.
I will watch your back.
Yes. And sometimes you may need to just do some of this side stuff just to take your level up a little bit.
Perfect timing. We just got in.
So on our end, good news.
I
The
don't know.
microbe and the Aciles are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against terramorphs.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our worlds.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of, I don't think we can deal with those things fast enough. I already sent along info to the cabinet to get them up to speed. So what about your end? Did you find anything? Did my father tell you what he knew about the Lazarus plant? I knew it. The second I heard that recording, I knew. Why? Did he say why he did it? It takes some deeply twisted logic to think anything did more harm to...
Somehow, after all that has transpired, he still believes himself to... But all it has done is further expose him for what he really is.
Well, once we inform the cabinet, they can ensure he won't be able to do anything like this ever again.
So you think?
I'm sure he did. But he killed dozens. So I guess that gives us our final answer. Nothing left. Unless there was more to discuss. This might be our last.
Microbe is gonna make the cleanup a whole lot quicker. If we're concerned about this Lazarus plant getting deployed again, that's the way to go.
The cabinet can secure the Lazarus plant. And then we're not risking any surprise.
You're being paranoid. You know the science. You know we can make this safe.
I do know the science. I also know math. And a 1 in a million chance of a mutation isn't 0. So I guess we're still in discussion. Probably best. They are.
Microbe needed minimal adjustment to account for heat leech anatomy.
And the Aciles seem like they're even better at tracking leeches than morphs.
Hell of a sight to watch, though, when they catch them. Like an open.
Aciles aren't hostile to humans, but they are megafauna. If someone decides to pick a fight with one, but they've already been spread far and wide once before when the UC was raising them as livestock, so the risk of introducing them to new worlds is... Using them to clean up the terramorphs and leeches, though, it's not going to be nearly as expedient as the microbe would be. Given what we know now about the Lazarus plant, the speed of the job does matter. But going with the Aciles, we're at least dealing with known risks.
If it wants to use... If it's a septic and you door to said place and then you end up meeting somebody, and then there's another quest line for that said place.
It's hard to know. Unlike my father, the cabinet aren't
Probably
butchers.
not. I don't remember
But
his...
killing UC citizens, along with everything else he's done, is unforgivable. But if you're really that concerned, you could request they be lenient. They might be willing to spare him.
I don't remember. It's probably one of the button, one of the D-pad probably.
Captain! And here we go.
You probably need to go to Repton in that place.
Welcome back, all of you. I wish we were meeting, but according to Hadrian's report, and the second one I just received, it seems the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no rant. Is what I'm reading here true? The second report claims to know the perpetrator as well. Did Reginald Orlays actually
Orlays? It's true, ma'am. I heard the recording myself. My father figured out how to use terramorphs as weapons.
He did what? That's impossible. He doesn't have the kind of access to...
Clearly, he made his own access, Chief Sarkin. Madam President, I have been saying for years that not dealing with that man was gonna end in tragedy.
Enough! I hope everyone here understands that what has just been shared is a state secret of the highest order. This information does not leave this room. Now, that's quite the accusation you're leveling, considering Francois Simon has not left containment for the better part of 2 decades. You have evidence to back this up?
It just transformed. A terramorph out of thin air. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe.
Heavens help us. Is that actually him?
I'd know that voice anywhere. That's Francois.
He knew they could do this, and said nothing.
He's a sociopath. Plain and simple, ma'am.
Officer, please collect that recording.
Yes, ma'am. Begging your pardon, Captain.
We'll, of course, be launching a full investigation into how this could have happened. Though I have little doubt the Admiral will be quick to share all he knows on the subject once confronted with that recording. Chief Yassine, can you send one of your interrogators to have a little chat with the Admiral?
I'll issue the order immediately.
Good. Combined with everything else you all have uncovered. Well, I don't think the United Colonies can thank you enough.
Nope.
We failed the people of the colonies by not dealing with Vavictus sooner. I intend to rectify that mistake immediately.
No. Yes. Yes. There will be certain. We don't know if there's certain. I don't know if it's SNN, but just you do often. I need to read small turns. Well, not turns, but fairly type things. Yeah.
That will be up to the cap, but I don't appreciate our mercy. I'm inclined to agree. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend to the other matters at hand. With the threads you brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches, the 3 of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the cabinet to ensure this can never happen again.
Something it's been a while. I can't remember if I was on your map in a way. I don't. Yeah.
All materials
Something in
related to the
this
plant
is
will
yeah.
be classified to ensure no one else learns its true nature.
A sound decision, Madam President.
Well, luckily the natural hostility of Londinium makes keeping out trespassers relative. But will ensure its growth is contained. That access to the plant is only permitted via
Tell the Freestar Collective. Wow.
I'm in agreement. I failed.
A show of good faith now would display a willingness to change. It would be seen as a sign that the secrecy and deception is behind you.
That is an interesting idea. A grand gesture to further display this cabinet doesn't think like those of the past.
The observers on Mars have proven such a gesture can bear fruit.
So, you want us to make nice with the Collective by sharing our state secrets?
No, I want us to display plainly the UC's actual intentions, that the plant will never be used as a weapon again.
That does sound worthwhile, Chief Kulkarni. Very well. We'll get the Collective involved in the management. Thank you for the suggestion, Captain. So then, to our final topic. The Cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also, in fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. But we all understand the project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step...
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The Aseles are the safer approach.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps? The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. It isn't dangerous. Using it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path to protect...
And fast results always lead to the best out.
As you can see, there remains debate among the Cabinet. Major?
We've been having similar debates ourselves.
I see. Captain, I know that...
So what? No, never mind.
We're waiting on you, Captain.
Glad to see someone's not afraid of a little. The Science Division is in full agreement.
Let us hope this Science Division truly knows what they are doing.
Oh.
Perfect timing. We just got... So on our end, good news. The microbe and the Aseles are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against Terramorphs.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our worlds.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of, I don't think we can deal with those things fast enough. I already sent along info to the Cabinet to get them up to speed. So what about your end? Did you find anything? Did my father tell you what he knew about the Lazarus? I knew it. The second I heard that recording, I knew.
Why? Did he say why he did it?
It takes some deeply twisted logic to think anything did more harm to the Sanan name than him.
Somehow, after all that has transpired, he still believes himself to be... But all it has done is further expose him for what he really is.
Well, once we inform the cabinet, they can ensure he won't be able to do anything like this ever again. Exactly. Bring justice to everyone he's hurt. So I guess that gives us our final answer. Nothing left to do but head in, unless there was... This might be our...
Microbe is gonna make the cleanup a whole lot quicker. If we're concerned about this Lazarus plant getting deployed again, that's the way to go.
The cabinet can secure the Lazarus plant, and then we're not risking any surprises when it comes to dealing with a microbe.
You're being paranoid. You know the science. You know we can make this safe.
I do know the science. I also know math. And a 1 in a million chance of a mutation isn't 0. So I guess we're still in discussion. Probably best at this point to let the cabinet weigh in, see if they have a preference. It's hard to know, but if you're really that concerned, you could request they be lenient. They might be willing to spare him. They are.
Microbe needed minimal adjustment to account for heat leech anatomy.
And the Aseles seem like they're even better at tracking leeches than morphs.
Hell of a sight to watch, though, when they catch them. Like an open airlock guzzling angry spaghetti.
Aseles aren't hostile to humans, but they are megafauna. If someone decides to pick a fight with one, it could get ugly. But they've already been spread far and wide once before when the UC was raising them as livestock, so the risk of introducing them to new worlds is minimal. Using them to clean up the terramorphs and leeches, though, it's not going to be nearly as expedient as the microbe would be. Given what we know now about the Lazarus plant, the speed of the job does matter. But going with the Aseles, we're at least dealing with known risks.
You can, but you'll probably will take your ass and do it a little bit. When they showed it frustrated a little bit.
Hello. Indeed I do. Yes, of course.
Welcome back, all of you. But according to... is what I'm reading. The second report.
Or lays. It's true, ma'am. I heard the...
He did what? That...
Clearly, he made his own. Madam President,
Enough! I hope everyone... Now that's quite... You have evidence?
It just transformed. A terramorph out of thin air. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe.
Heavens help us. Is that actually him?
I'd know that voice anywhere. That's Francois.
He knew they could do this. And said nothing.
he's a sociopath.
Officer, please collect that recording.
Yes, ma'am. Begging your pardon, Captain.
We'll, of course, be launching a full investigation into how this could have happened. Though I have little doubt the Admiral will be quick to share all he knows on the subject once confronted with that recording. Chief Yassine, Can you send one of your interrogators?
I'll issue the order immediately.
Good. Combined with everything else you all have uncovered. We failed the people of the colonies by not dealing with Vavictus sooner. I intend to rectify that mistake. It's well past now. With our villain unmasked, with the threads you've brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches, the three of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the cabinet to ensure this can never happen again. As such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All materials related to the plant will be classified to ensure no one else learns its true nature.
A sound decision, Madam President. Tell the Freestar Collective. Wow. So they have another tool to utilize against?
I'm in agreement. I fail to see the value here.
A show of good faith now would display a willingness to change. It would be seen as a sign that the secrecy and deception is behind you.
That is an interesting idea. A grand gesture to further display this cabinet doesn't think like those of the past.
The observers on Mars have proven such a gesture can bear fruit.
So, you want us to make nice with the Collective by sharing our state secrets?
No, I want us to display plainly the UC's actual intentions, that the plant will never be used as a weapon again.
That does sound worthwhile, Chief Kulkarni. Very well. We'll get the Collective involved in the management. Thank you for the suggestion, Captain. So then, to our final topic. The Cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with... In fact, the project we're embarking...
Madam President, this...
To someone with using it to wipe out...
And fast result.
As you can see... Major?
We've been having similar...
I see. I believe we have a responsibility to do something. It falls to us.
I'm in full agreement. No need be delving into unpredictable.
The first step in a bold new future.
Bolder, better, and brighter.
Order, please. And Major Sinan, Dr. Walker,
We trust the captain's judgment.
then the matter is settled. Today marks day one for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division, making you three the founding
thanks
members
for
of the TMD.
thanks
As
for
the fate
resub.
The
Long
Cabinet
member
wanted to display its gratitude.
7 months.
Today,
Or
we will be
is it a
adding
year,
3
Kyle?
new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Class 1? For the three of us?
What he means to say is, thank you, ma'am.
Or is it a year, Kyle?
Yeah. Thank you, man.
It's a status reserved only for those who've dedicated their
Okay,
lives
also
to the
I'm dead
United
and
Colonies
potted.
or done great things. Class 1s enjoy an ample credit disbursement, an additional reduction on the cost of colonial, and I'm told the penthouse. You all have earned it. Now,
Or
there's much to be done. Major Sinan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
As for you, Captain, the Vanguard will be providing much of the on-the-ground. As a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, speak to your commander. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help on behalf of the whole of the United Cup. This meeting is adjourned.
Yay. Nice.
Citizen Class 1. Not bad for you. Hadrian
Captain?
doing all the hard work.
Guess we've got our assignment. I could have never guessed where all this was going to lead. But now that my father, well, I've just been... The best ones certainly do. You know, I was thinking, after all, but because confronting him, all I'd be doing is, I'm not about to let him control words. Well, I think it's safe to say it's been an...
So, what have we been up to, Kyle? Mr. Kyle. We... Nice. He's streaming today, Kyle. Dim. Otato.
Starship. It was virtual, but still.
Nice, I know what you mean. Gameplay Anderson keepers.
You're only a safe. I would never dream of selling. Yes, by all means, have a look.
Okay, let's get some more ammo. Just not ammo, I want it. Should also dust my off it to be fair. So all weapons.
Good luck on all your adventures.
Oh. Are you don't need to stream some Among Us? And if you haven't already, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well, guys. And all fun stuff. Oh, and feel free to add me on any of that stuff, guys. Oh, sounds fun. Have you played much of Fortnite recently, Kyle, or anybody else?
Bulk items may require multiple levels of... Welcome to UC District...
I think people don't. Well, have you been playing much of it?
back to it then.
Oh, everybody. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. Please, if you're banning anything on Fortnite ties, make sure you use road boycott ties. That includes you as well, Kyle. So, have you been, what have you been up to, Kyle? Oh.
Always good to see another badge.
Hope you're finding everything you need. If you don't see what you want, oh, please, take...
Nice.
Thanks for coming in.
What is it? I have never been. Did you need me to?
Oh. Liam smells. Oh.
If it helps, I can pretend I did not see that.
Tim? What's going on, Tim? Tim? Oh? Yes, yes, I know I'm not doing the digit. Tim? Tim? Oh. Oh. And have you been playing anything good recently, Kyle? And what have you been playing? Yeah.
Euro? I would never dream of selling. Yes, by all means, have a look. Be careful out there.
Is something amiss? I have never...
If there's anything you need, please don't hesitate to ask. Please do.
Sell.
Good luck on all your adventures.
No. I'll put no. Clean up. Or whatever. Or nice. Space bomb. I want to dice. Don't it ready and stream to not drop the stream. Roger, have fun stream. I thought you were not done to stream until Sunday. Mister, today is not Sunday. Mister. Make up your mind.
Head into my assignment.
What if they say no?
If it belongs on your ship, then I'm sure we have it for sale. Hope you're finding everything.
I'm sure.
Oh, please. Take...
Not did enough, mister.
To suit your needs.
Appreciate the business.
Not did enough, mister.
I'm sorry. Heat leeches can turn into what?
Terrible. Giant.
Boop, boop. Thank you, Kyle. Mr. Kyle. Jimmy Chat.
Welcome, Captain. We've been expecting you. You're clear to dock at docking port 1.
Welcome aboard the UC Vigilance. Did you have any questions before I escort you to the commander?
Yes.
I'm not authorized to divulge information about this. Yeah, listen to him carefully. The commander's a one-and-done kind of officer. In other words, he hates to repeat himself. Other than that, just observe standard military decorum, and it should keep you from serving any time on the ship's cleaning deep. All right. So, you're the vanguard that took down that terramorph on Tau City. You've made quite an impression around here. Everyone upstairs is talking about it. Damn. That must have been one hell of a firefight. I almost regret missing out on all the fun. Of course, we don't normally see that kind of action on the Vigilance, but we have our moments. All right, Vanguard. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Akande should be waiting for you. Good luck.
Pardon. Hey.
Yes. Howdy.
I believe we have
I
something
know what you mean,
important
Cal.
to discuss. Ah, there you go. Commander Kibwe Kande, UC System. Glad to have you aboard. I was beginning to think you were having second thoughts about Commander Tuala's offer.
I might, depend, yeah. Different. I've appreciated also different if I'm not
This is the
prepared
operations center of the UC Vigilance. SysDef's nerve center, dedicated to the destruction
if that
of the
makes
Crimson
sense.
Fleet. Which is precisely why we're taking a more clandestine.
But I should be streaming on Sunday night,
Eyes and
my
ears
time.
inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and expose their weaknesses. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside is going to take some finesse. Good. I have just the right place for you to start. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bowden. One of them. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to... That's right. So it'll be your job to... Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then that's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes. Eager to get going. Remember, this entire operation rests... I wouldn't expect any... Look, before you begin, as an undercover operative for UCC, allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand a good chance of spy... To put it simply, you can't go into every situation. Think before you act. Calculate. At the end of the day, your primary goal is taking that. That's what I wanted to. Anyway, it's time to hand you over to... Now. That's easy to answer. We'll be monitoring your activities from the Vigilance. When you feel you've gathered enough evidence, and at the completion of your assignments, head. Beyond that, all we know is she's shrewd. I'm afraid she's the best lead. For your own safety, nobody but myself and the crew of the Vigilance will be... Basically, if you land in jail, while you're running with the Crimson Fleet, you're undoubtedly going... It's going to be difficult. Do what you have to do. That's why I expect you to constantly see... Look, if there's a route to your goal which doesn't involve... Use your instincts. You have your orders.
All right. We don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence. If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it. Rationalize it, however. I want data. For the sake of the settled systems, I hope that minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the... If you've seen what I've seen. That's all we're asking. Oh, before you go, Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece. It's not generous, it's... All right. We've loaded it. We've cleared your ship. That should do it. We'll be keeping them if you're feeling pretty. Let me know if you need anything else.
In here. Wait.
I do not mind wearing this suit all the time, but it can result in strange looks in the city.
It is a relief to know that the Terramorph... But are you sure this a series? Where Terramorphs are concerned, I do not believe there is a way to remove risk from the equation. Perhaps an experimental microbe has its own risks, but what of the risks to who knows how many? It is too soon to know, and I must say, I find it curious that you would agree keeping the Lazarus plant around is a good idea. I do not think some potential future use outweighs the risk it poses. At least the Freestar Collective will also know of its existence. Otherwise, I would... Well, it is good to know that this particular threat is beyond. Sidonia. To its old ways. I suspect the soul system would be abandoned otherwise.
Want this to the assault rifle into Infinite? It'll cost you of 4 weeks of playing it, and it costs what, $9.99. Coming to anywhere near you soon.
Do you imagine anyone actually enjoys living here? Simply cannot.
Hey, welcome to the Sidonia Trade Authority. Cool.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Yeah.
Come back anytime.
If you're here to buy or sell, you might want to... Wouldn't be the first. Oh, don't give me that look. I'm just... Aurora, huh? Nice. A little too hot to have.
If the Trade Authority is not interested...
All I'm going to point at is the ceiling, with my middle finger. Get that stuff out of here before you... Of course, if there's a finder's fee you're offering, I might, well, bend the rules a little bit. You know, it's funny. Suddenly, I do remember someone who might be able to...
Just demand the extra credits up front next time.
There's a buddy of mine who runs with the Crimson Fleet. Goes by the name... If he isn't passed out, you can find him killing the rest of his brain cells. Oh, and it's been a...
Did you need something?
Oh. Time late. What? Are you jealous?
The new equipment is great. It's finally feeling...
Unless you're here to serve. Hey, why don't you say that a little louder? If you've got a whole shipment of this stuff, you're going to need to move it fast. Yeah, well,
I see no good...
Lady, if you want me to move that ship... Now listen up. He probably spent it all on booze, not that I blame him. Feel free to throw his... His name's Carl. Don't worry.
My attention. Well then, what can I do you for? Hey, darling. You look like the Trackers Alliance. Get off. Actually, what? Hey, you looking for more work? Careful out there.
Oh.
Stay away from the Sixth Circle unless you're alone.
So what times are you doing it for that are coming out soon? So much soon.
Something I... Adler Camp. Yes, of course. You're right. Adler's not going... I told him I'd pay up next week. What the... Look, I haven't got a single credit to spare right now. Okay? You can't squeeze blood from a stone. You know? Right?
Clearly this man has never seen how hard I can squeeze.
Okay, mate, go back to your turn and did you pick one of him yet? On your table and your none else? You may have to do that. And yeah, you may have to do that, so go back. You talk to your none else and I think you may have to talk to your I'm just trying to look it up. That's
going to say anything? Or what?
They go back to your turn, go to the house, and there's at the very back of the room used to be a table with what's her face, like your friends, wives, yeah, and there's a table and you should put it place which thread, and that's where you would turn to the next thread line. Yeah.
Holy crap! Thank you.
Yeah.
For everything.
If once you do, if you take to pick which one you want to do, and if it's necessary or transfer, or yeah, whatever that other place is.
Why'd I have to be stationary?
He can make a real good.
Have something for there, but he going to be a problem anymore? Nice. You know, you can handle. All right, I'll head out to Europa. Oh, and
Yes.
Leicester. That's restaurants from. Oh, Leicester, that's where he's from. That's probably can be one of the annoying bits as well, is it trying to upgrade your turn. Since you have to keep reading places and all of that. Oh. E4. You can. Yeah, you can just play with of different. You can pattern it. It's only supposed to be pretty much buy 3 minute shop or whatever. Yeah, and you're not. Is that yeah? Your copy of it. It's well, you might be a wonderful friend. I can't remember. Yeah, I know yes, yeah. That's I know it's I've done for you or for me. It's just one of our friends, and it's yeah, well, shops. Or you got yeah, and yeah, cities and yeah, it's a shop in your turn as well. So pretty much you're just in you pretty much have to buy pretty much have to buy thing from your trading post or from other trading posts throughout other cities or towns. And yeah, and you can buy some cards potentially from 10 opals from collecting opals and then spending on it at a wee boy outside in your settlement. Yeah. So you don't have to trade the most times nowadays with equipment and all of that.
Hey, you're not supposed to be here.
But
There you are.
oh.
I have been thinking about what we talked about. We spoke of the difference between having a purpose, but thinking. I have been single-minded in my pursuits. I have sacrificed much to be where I am now. I know. I have told you that I am not... No, that is not what I am trying to... I promised I have spent my adult life away from my home. This is true. I was convinced from the beginning that I often find other people complicated and yet here we are. What I am trying to say is that I now wonder whether I appreciate that more.
Let's see. No. Better. Yep, I almost saw Templar.
I think you may be trying to take a little too much on. Literally.
Oh shit, shut up. Fence at door to make you. Oh. The fence at door. Oh. Oh, okay. Would you?
Best not to leave anything recently behind.
Please. No, maybe nowadays before global warming and that. Yeah. Before the inventions of cars and all that stuff. Yes. Essentially before the British Empire taking over on the Apple world.
I also wish to be prepared for any situation.
I'm not
but
I'm
there are
stating
practical
facts.
limits.
Yeah, okay. Oh no, he didn't. Did I tell you a story of Alfred Frederick? No, Alfred Frederick. No, 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 no. Oh, try me. It's my water into yours. Or my innocent profile. I know I'm because I sold my chest for a week and nothing. So try me. Nothing happens to me. Not that important. Nobody cared enough to report me when that happened. Nobody cared enough. Reported. It's going to be a week. Just like urine with a poker picture. Precisely. What? You're welcome, sis. Shoo, shoo. And that eats you too. What are you? And I told you this. I don't care.
Wow. Look who finally had the guts to show up. So, big shot. I hear Adler thinks you're good enough to join our crew. We'll see. When the waters get deep, it's sink or swim. So, before I put you to work, let's get everything out in the open. I don't know if Adler mentioned it, and for his sake, I hope he hasn't. But you aren't about to sign up with any average pirate crew. You're signing up with the Crimson Fleet. That's if you get through this little task I have planned for you. There's a medical supply ship called the Ragana, jumping into Enceladus's orbit. On board that ship, you'll find a traitor named Austin Reed. It's done when Rake stops breathing. Head back.
This Neva Mora, her words are... measured and carry weight. She is not to be trifled with.
I've been tracking Rick. He changes his look, but you know what?
All right. And what are your intentions with this crew? Oh, God. Well, normally... All right.
I am not sure what to make of you being here. If you wanted to kill us, you could have done that from your ship. If you wanted our cargo, we could have jettisoned it. I guess I should just stop talking and... That is true. Which means you don't want somebody... Now, do you mind telling us? You really do not know which one of us is Rake, do you? And you do not seem to care either, which makes me think you really want... Okay, I have idea. We can strike his name from manifest. Then, when we dock, we will leave him on this ship and deliver him to another port. That is fair. Is that all right with you, Austin?
Do I have a choice?
It does not appear you... Well then, it is agreed. You go back to your... And in case any of your handlers get suspicious, this should be proof you were...
I thought we were dead. I can't believe it.
Oh.
Damn mercs just don't know how to take a hit. Hey, Rook, wanna help me with some target practice?
I don't remember. It's one of those people. It's like it's so they say yes. Yeah.
Thanks for the help with the cliptic. I had it under control, but it definitely went faster after you jumped into the fight. Now tell me about the Ragana. Give me some good news. Huh. No kidding. That'll make Delgado happy, seeing as our hands are clean. I would have preferred if you hadn't left witnesses behind. Anyway, you wanted into the Crimson Fleet? Hope this business with Rakes taught you something.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to stick my neck out and vouch for you. If you screw up, and I wind up looking like an asshole, I'm gonna send someone after you.
Yeah.
We clear?
Yeah. You thought you should have like at least yeah. I hate when teams do it, like you don't really have a side and like what time at least let me pick a side at least and then commit to it. Not just changing my mind every 2 seconds. If that makes sense.
Calls it home. Head out there as soon as you can.
I can practically hear the sound of credits being wasted.
I had a friend. I hope I'll be able to see you next time on shore leave.
Oh.
The Vigilance is our flagship. Where it goes.
You have permission to speak freely. We got the message from the Ragana about Austin Rick. We had him dropped off at a separate port, off the books. Suffice to say, he's got a lot to answer for. That's a smart line to follow. Part of this role you're playing means having to make hard choices. Just remember not to lose yourself.
We did our best not to cross the line, but the more we do, the more we...
Oh, one more thing before we move on. For transparency's sake, you should know we were the ones that hired Ecliptic to attack neighbor ship. There was concern after what happened with the Ragana that you might have trouble coming to her rescue. Ah, so I take it you have good news. Were you able to join the fleet?
It's not it's one of those things. It's travels that helps a tiny bit, but not majorly.
Then it worked. You're in. Sounds like everything is... Now it's time for the next phase.
Our intel on Saoirse was correct. After we received reports on your interaction with Adler Kemp, we picked up on your rendezvous with Neva Mora.
Our files indicate she's second in command, so getting on a good side will ensure you get into the Crimson Fleet. Yes, you passed your first test and you're still alive. But before we get too confident, that either means she suspects nothing, or she intends to make an example of you later.
Need to buy
Just
stuff
remember,
it's using from
these
a
are
shop,
ruthless
not from a
criminals,
papa.
So don't let your guard down.
And their ruthlessness is only surpassed by their cunning. You should proceed
Yeah.
with caution,
Yeah.
regardless of how well you think you've ingratiated yourself.
So what's next for you on Neva's agenda? Where you'll meet Delgado, no doubt.
Delgado is the leader of the Crimson Fleet. I have a profile here with some information on his background. You'll want to know the individual cadences of every member of the fleet, but Delgado's most of all.
What is there to know? He is pirate scum, like all of them.
Exactly. The Crimson Fleet is not a monolith. Any information you have on its members can only help. In any case, now that you're with the fleet, you'll be operating independently. We will shadow you eventually, but we'll need to maintain our distance for now. This will also give us time to bolster our defenses, should we need to engage with the fleet in the future.
Sir, on that note, shall we begin implementing the upgrade?
Immediately, Lieutenant. Notify the engineers and relay the... I hope your entry into the fleet has overcome any doubts you may have. Keep up the good work.
Oh.
The key acknowledging fleet vessel. Welcome home.
Yeah. Happiness. Oh.
Get out of my face. You said the take was 10K, but it was 30. Big difference on 40% of 10 versus 30. You wanted 4K, you got 4K. Not my problem. If you're stealing from me, you bet your ass it's your problem.
You kidding me? Way to make a mess in front of my new rook.
Hey. Steal from me and get caught. Better off dead.
Sounds like you did the fleet a favor. Now toss this body out of an airlock before it turns into a damn air freshener. The hell took you so long? Forget how to grav jump or something? Fair enough. Glad to see you showing some backbone. Just be careful that you can back up that attitude before you square off. But all that aside, you made it. So now, you get to hear a nifty history lesson.
Oh.
Pencils ready? Good. This floating scrap heap you're standing on is called the Key. Used to be an old... might look a little beat up on the outs. You think? And that's only part of it. I'll let Delgado fill you in on. I can give you the short version.
It must be very embarrassing.
Anyway, I'll tell you all about the key. But it's better if I... All right. History time. This key is in orbit around Suvorov. That That's the very same ice ball where the United Colonies built a supermax prison they call the Lock. The UC is so clever. Supermax prison, lock, key. Cute, huh?
Oh.
Now, we've got everything the fleet needs right here. Of course, you've got to pay for it. Remember, on the key, credits are king. What the hell is this?
All right, hang on, Nav. Before you get pissed, I've got my hands full.
Jasmine, sweetie, I'm trying to give a tour here. So you want to tell me why those damn doors are sealed?
The right protective gear can make... Now you buy from me. Tactical gear. The right gear.
Potentially, yeah. To be fair, mate, it's like, they don't especially.
Stay safe out
It's
there.
like Braun became a kind of Sweden and all that, so and it's like he probably add some you know, upon all in Norway, Denmark, Sweden. Was never confirmed where we were born.
Here's Jasmine. You
In
need
history,
anything
as
for
far
your
as I
ship,
know.
she's got you covered.
And it wasn't, yeah.
Hit up the depot
Yeah.
next since these doors have given out on us.
Yeah.
So anyway, we
I
were
think we
talking
just,
about the
just with, I think,
About
yeah,
100
I think,
years ago,
yeah.
the
You're mainly
prisoners
from
down
North
there
Denmark.
took over the
And then, well, it's in Father.
stealing some ships. They were actually able to make
Yeah.
it here and took over the key.
About time you brought us new blood, neighbor. I was getting tired of trading with the same old faces.
You're just ticked everyone's getting wise to your ridiculous prices, Aludra. Anyway, welcome to the depot, Brook, where you'll be lucky if these blood-sucking leeches don't bleed you completely dry.
Whoa, whoa. It's not our fault that people don't appreciate how much it costs to get untraceable merchandise onto the key.
Neva's just whining because she thinks she lost a ton of cash selling us a shipment of gear. She should have done her homework.
Yeah, sure, laugh it up. I'll remember that next time I need something from you cheapskates. Let's move on. Back to my story.
Well, everyone. Good thing I'm not. I carry most occasionally. Just don't screw. Oh, we are. A little advice. You bleed for anyone who says. Well, most people just. I better. All right, see you around.
Yeah.
Need something?
Yeah.
All right, make it quick. This better be.
No, it's his son. Oh, beep, 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 beep.
I don't do. Whatever.
Brooke, meet Zuri, queen of the rare exports.
Oh,
If I don't have it, you don't need it.
oh.
Neuroamps, blueprints. Hit her up and she'll take care of you.
Speaking of which, you still owe me for that last purchase, Neva. It's like 5 figures. Don't make me collect it the hard way.
The hard way. Oh no. Rook, protect me from Zuri's vengeance. Enough of the bullshit, Zuri. I'll pay you when I pay you. Deal with it. Got a problem with that? Take it up with the boss.
See
On the
anything
right,
you like?
Got Bradley from the Trade Authority. I'm sure you know the deal there. He'll buy pretty much anything, no matter how high.
Don't even try to. We can talk about what.
come back and see me sometime.
What'll it be, friend? Oh, about the green business on the key. Not everyone thinks so. There are a few, regardless. I was hoping.
Yes.
Your credits are always good at the trade authority.
Okay, this is our final stop. Over there, you've got the last Nova. Bog serves watered-down drinks at ridiculously exorbitant prices. And right here is the most important place on the entire station. The Reckoner's Core, run by the incomparable Shinya Voss.
Another new rook, Neva? I can't believe Delgado still lets you recruit, given what happened with the last one.
You mean Austin Ray? It's been taken care of, all right? I don't like loose ends, and this rook is the one who tied it off.
Perhaps next time you'll try to be a bit more discerning regarding your choices. It's far more cost-effective.
Yeah, love you too, darling. Anyway, Shinya handles our lifeblood. The money. We call him our Reckoner, but if you ask me, he's actually a pain in the ass.
And Neva will slit your throat if she thinks you'll bleed creds.
Go to hell, boss. Take care of our new friend here, or I'll find a way to pull the pin on that little party popper in your chest. Anyway, Shinya will get you set up in our system. I've got real work to do. Once you're done, head upstairs and I'll introduce you to the boss.
Time for a proper introduction. I am Shinya Voss. And since Neva so thoughtfully mentioned it, yes, this is a bomb embedded in my chest. And no, I'll never know the meaning of the word humble. In fact, I find Delgado's Glad you approve. Obviously, since I oversee the bulk of transactions and maintain all accounts for the... Should our enemies capture me or I grew any semblance of a moral conscience? For Delgado, the bomb grants peace of mind. It's why he's the boss. Of course, I'm not the first reckoner to... Now, let me get advanced modifications even Eugen would envy. I can interface directly with our mainframe and the Galbank network. This allows me to move and clean credits faster and more efficiently than any run-of-the-mill cyber runner. There, you're done. All you need now is Delgado's... The perfect set. Thanks to our I've granted you... If Neva's chosen, now, I believe... Take the elevator to...
Alright, listen up. You can all stop complaining. Atrium, cargo bay doors.
What are you looking at?
Are you looking to start something?
For me, it's fine for me.
We call UCC staff sharks, but to the fleet.
Every time I see Ramsey smile, I want to punch him in the face.
But I think it's just sort of preventing it, and when you think of a thing, you think of perhaps you have our voice. All of them.
Ah, there's our other new recruit. So, now that we are all here, the two of you are the only rooks that have made the latest cut. The rest, well, let's just say they won't. Neva's willing to put her neck on the line and vouch for you, which means you've got one. You'd better not disappoint, or you'll find. All right, let's get. When you sign up with the Crimson Fleet, you're in it for the long haul. You stay loyal, or you pay the consequences. Boss.
Can we get on with this? I want to get drunk at the last Nova.
I'm impressed. That is the first intelligent... Since you two seem so eager to move forward, pack your cold weather gear, Rooks.
Oh, God, don't tell me you're dragging him down to Suvarall for it. 10 Johns to the surface, 12 dead Rooks. You'd think by now you would have given up on that guy?
Crix's legacy is... We've got fresh eyes in the fleet. And if these two want to impress, they're going to...
I hope...
This initiate, Crix led the right... Before Crix left the fleet, he left a message talking about a major score. One that would set up the fleet. Somewhere down the line, they started calling it Crix's legacy. If we're gonna beat those odds, we'll first need a lead. And
Dale's leaving out the best part. That this whole search is based on a handful of words. Crix left a lot of big talk.
When we get our hands on Crix's legacy... Exactly. Okay. To that end, since Mathis doesn't...
Kinetics, electromags. Energy weapons. Nothing's a substitute. Shoot for shotgun blast to the face.
I always thought E-leeches were just pests.
Were my instructions unclear? What do you want?
Your money, that's what.
Tell us what the future holds. Tell us what the future holds for the Crimson Fleet.
Changes are coming, Gale. Huge changes. Crimson Fleet will soon be a much bigger player in this little game between the members of the settled systems.
That's quite a bold statement. Would you care to elaborate?
Well, let's just say that I'm on the brink of a score so large, it makes everything else pale in comparison. Beyond that, the others have to wait and see.
I'm only stationed on the key until the sheet dies.
If you aren't willing to discuss the details, why grant us an end this interview?
Simple. I refuse to allow the UC to span our
Oh. Everybody, Jackson, yes.
Ask a Jazz about any ship upgrade.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, they aren't.
Why does the Crimson Fleet need to make this mysterious move that you're being so evasive
I know SysDef instructed you to draw this meeting out as long as possible. So let me sum this up. I intend to make sure that the Crimson Fleet becomes the United Colony's worst nightmare. And nothing, I mean nothing in this universe
Yeah.
will stop me from achieving that goal.
There are those that would disagree with you and claim this interview is grandstanding, or worse.
The fleet looks after its own.
After all, SSNN reaches every corner of the settled world.
Oh. Isn't that slow? But yeah, it's the end of my stream, guys. I might be back tomorrow, but I'll definitely be back on Sunday, guys. I'll see you all then, and make sure you leave a like, subscribe, join the membership, and all of that fun stuff. I'll see you all then. Bye, guys. Wait, since Kyle's streaming, I'll make sure definitely Definitely read of it. Bye guys.